Hello everyone. Well, it's been just over 2 years since I first unboxed this AEG, hello Harry, this AEG FX9 Ultimate Cordless Cleaner. You'll be off soon, Harry, when I switch this on, won't you? And I thought, well, it's high time I did a demo, an actual dirt pickup demo, because I think I turned it on in the video and showed you around the machine. But I didn't actually put dirt down and pick it up, so I'm going to rectify that in this video. I have been using it around this house for a little bit, and it's really almost up to the max fill line. So I've been using it normally, not putting down visual dirt. I've just been whipping around the house with it. So, yeah, well, here's the max fill line on the cleaner, and it's quite full of hair and dust. Let's empty it and see what this machine's picked up under normal household conditions. To release the dirt, there's a catch here at the bottom of the dirt bin, so obviously you do this outside normally. So we release the catch and out comes, oh, there is some green sand in there, so that must have been from a previous demo. Yeah, the trouble with this one, already we can see there's a lot in this bin here that's not coming out, so we're going to have to help it along. I think that's everything now. So yeah, it's empty, but there's still a little bit of hair wrapped around the shroud here, so we'd have to put our hand in. I think, does it come out? Such a while, such a long time since I've used this. It does come out, I think. There we go. Yeah. So now we've got full access to the bin. So if there's anything's trapped in there, it should come out. And you could give this a wipe out if you want to. And you can see here, bits of muck on this mesh part. But that can be rinsed under running water as well. So yeah, this is just, apart from the green sand, the neon sand, that's probably been picked up after I've done a demo with another vacuum. It's found it afterwards, I suspect, because I don't remember putting that down to test this machine. So we've got dust and fluff and dog hair, etc. So messy business with bagless cleaners. And then we've got the filter. One of the filters. So we need to open this up. There we go, that opens. And here we have the pre-motor filter. And again, this has just not been used a lot. Light use, really. Not put a lot of dirt down. As you can see, yeah. They are washable though. But yeah, there's dirt on that filter. So that needs to go back before we can demonstrate the AEG. Am I putting it in the wrong way? Yes, I was. Black side up. Then we can close that, and then we can pop the central shroud back in. It only goes a certain way. You've got to line it up, push it in. Right, so there's that, and there's dust on the outside. There's dust on my hands and there's dust in the air. There's another filter that's located here just before the motor. So that lifts out. Again, that should be washable. That's not too bad, but again, this has only had light use. It's an F9 filter and it is washable. You can rinse that under water. The motor is under here. So that's a pre-motor. So this is a pre-motor filter. There's also another pre-filter that I've just shown you. So I'm wondering if there's a post-motor filter in this machine, and I suspect there isn't. But I will check the instruction book. It's a handsome cleaner and it feels well made. I do like this bronze colour, and it's got a few tricks up its sleeve which you don't often see on machines of this type. It is like a miniature, or you know, a mini upright. It works in that way, so you've got the weight lower down, but it will also convert sort of to a handheld, although quite a large handheld, and it's got a built-in hose, which is a good feature. There's muck around here, and again, this is normal use, normal everyday use, not big mess test use. So yeah, but it's fairly clean underneath that. So that's your last defense against dust getting into the motor. So that pops in. So 2 filters to maintain that I've found so far. Yep, that goes in there, and then we can pop the bin back in. Again, you see there's all muck around here. There's a lot of places where dirt and dust can collect. But as I said, this can be rinsed underwater. As long as it's dry before putting it back, you're fine. But this all can be washed. But it's just another thing you've got to do, which is why I personally prefer a bagged cleaner, because they are less maintenance. On the whole, a bagged cleaner has less maintenance than even a good bagless machine. This is the AEG in its upright mode, which is the mode that most people will use it in for carpet and floor cleaning. So it is very light in the hand. You've got the thumb operated controls, switch the machine on and off. It's got variable controls, minimum, maximum. You've also got an automatic setting, which was the setting I was using the machine at the start of the video. So you could hear the tone of motor going up and down. As it found dirt, the motor increases the power, and then when the dirt's picked up, it tends to lower the power until it comes across more dirt. So I will say it is fairly light to push, with the motor being lower down, not right up the top in your hand, where it can become tiring and it's awkward to hold for some people. So I like that. I like the fact that it is freestanding, so you don't have to lay it on the floor when you have to pause your cleaning. You can just stand it upright. I mean, it doesn't actually really lock into position, and it might fall over if you don't make sure you've put it correctly in the upright position. But yes, for whizzing around the house, for doing your carpets and floors, and we will have a demo of carpet and floor cleaning in this video, it's pretty flexible. Cleaning under load furniture may be a bit of a problem because we've got the motor unit here. So although the head itself is quite slim, it's not going to get very far under furniture. But this is where there's a little trick with this AEG, because there's a button to press, and as you can see, you can now use the machine with the motor unit high up. It's more like a traditional stick type vac now, but that means that you can go under lower furniture easier because you've got a little bit more reach with the main unit here, so it will reach further under furniture. So that's a little quirk that you don't see often on a machine of this type. Another little quirk, if I can remember how to do it, let's pop it back down. So there's a little button you press at the top, and you pop it down back to its regular operating position. You can also adjust the height of the handle for storage, or if you just want to adjust it to suit your personal needs. You press the button, actually the button's on here. So it's this button with the padlock symbol, that moves the motor unit up and down. And then there's another button there that moves the handle, so you can lock it in many positions, right down from low. It's a bit, that'd be right for a child to use under supervision, but it makes it shorter if you need to store it in a lower cupboard. But you can just adjust. There's no real stops, well they are, but there's many. So there are lots of different positions you can use this machine in. So how do you use the tools, you may ask? Well, this is the shortest it goes. To use the tools, you obviously have to remove the motorised head. Pressing the button, it's going to be a bit stiff. And now, watch, bit of magic coming out. The hose. So it does tend to retract back automatically, so you do have to hold the hose. It will go back. So you can attach the cleaning tools supplied with this. Certain models came with a mini electric headers and some other dusting tools. You can buy that as an option. I believe I showed those in the unboxing video of this. So now we have a sort of, it is quite large for a handheld, but you've got a comfortable handle here. And now you can switch on. And then you can use the machine for suction, but as you saw, it does want to keep pulling the hose back in, like, you know, Dyson upright. Many uprights have got these stretchable hoses. As soon as you block off the end, the suction wants to whip them back into the body of the machine. So you do have to, keep your hand firmly on the end of the hose as well as the machine. I mean, the hose is a bit short to put the machine on the floor, but I suppose in a car it's possible. But it's a very short hose. I'll just get the additional tools that come with this machine. The additional tools store on the charging dock. So we've got the AEG 3-in-1 tool. So believe it or not, this is 3 tools in one. The first tool is a dusting brush. So you pop it into the end of the hose, like so. So you've got that for dusting lampshades, bookshelves, delicate items. And then you can use it as a crevice tool by putting the hose in the opposite way into the brush side. And now look, you've got a very short crevice tool for doing nooks and crannies down the sides of your furniture, etc. in your car. And then finally you've got the upholstery nozzle. So this opens out. It's a modern version of the Electrolux butterfly tool, that 2-in-1 tool, although this is supposed to be 3-in-1. So it could be a case of jack of all trades, master of none. But it's quite a wide upholstery nozzle with litter pickers. So you'd use this on your curtains, your upholstered furniture, etc. So that's your main tool, 3-in-1. You also get this additional tool that fits on. Which way? That way? That way. Oh, is it that way? I've never used this, so it is that way. It's an angled piece, as you can see. So it's a bit stiff. You have to press the button, that's why. There's a push button. Either side, push. So you have to squeeze it together to get the nozzle to go like that. So I suppose it might be useful if you want to reach up to do tops of your wardrobes and things, but remember, you're still having to hold the machine quite close because the hose isn't long. So although it's a good idea, in theory, it doesn't quite work out practically, I think. Now for stair cleaning, I don't think this is really suitable. If you were to clean the stairs with the suction, pull that off, pop that back in. So I think the best nozzle for stairs would be that, but as I said, you can buy an optional turbo electric nozzle that fits on, but it doesn't fit onto the end of the hose and be electrified. It has to fit on to this part of the cleaner. But yeah, I suppose you'd still need 2 hands to do your stairs like that. Let's pick up this dirt actually. We'll give the suction a bit of a test using this nozzle. You've got to make sure your nozzle is pushed firmly on, otherwise it comes off, as you saw. You've got to give it a bit of a push and a twist. I mean, it's still not that secure. A few bits stuck to the nozzle there, but with a bit more use they'd soon be sucked into the cleaner. So I think where this cleaner's best at, I think, personally, it's got the option for your above floor jobs, but for carpets and floors I think it's better. But as I said, there may be times you want to use the hose, and it's there as an option. This is your main head for carpet and hard floor cleaning. It's got two types of brushes on the brush roll. We've got the red bristles, which are a little bit stiffer than these soft grey ones. So it's designed with two types of brush, so it should clean carpets and hard floors equally well. The stiffer brush is more designed for your carpets, and the soft grey brush is to help pick up dust and other debris from a hard floor. You've also got a little strip at the back to help stop the dirt from scattering back and possibly to prevent scratching on a delicate floor. Two little rollers and two wheels as well. It's a 30-watt nozzle. It's not anti-hair wrap, although this type, I mean, this has been used in a house for dogs, and you can see it's still fairly clean. It's not had heavy use, but it has been used. There's some human hair there, but it can be removed without the need of a screwdriver. You can just turn this. Oh, it's quite stiff. I'll turn it this way, it's easier. I'm trying to show you what I'm doing as well as doing it, so it's a bit tricky. There we go, so that's released the brush roll. So if you've got long-haired humans or pets in your home and the hair wraps around that, you'll need to get a pair of scissors, cut through the hair, pull it off. You can vacuum it into the machine using the straight suction and keep it clean that way. It's also a good idea, of course, when you've got the brush out, just to check inside for any blockages. That obviously looks pretty clear. I wouldn't expect it to have any blockages. It's quite a fairly good wide air path in this, and it's central as well. Central air path. It's not to one side like you get with some upright cleaners. So yeah, it's fairly easy to maintain. To put it back, oh, hang on a minute, just pick that off. The red end fits onto the red spindle, so you need to locate it on that first and then push it down into place, and then you tighten this to the locked padlock position. It's a bit stiff, I must say, but there we go. So that looks properly located. We'll pop it on the cleaner and just give it a go just to make sure. So it needs a firm click. We'll switch on. The controls are conveniently located at the top of the handle, so we've got the on-off switch. This button controls the speed of the motor for minimum, medium and maximum, and this is the auto button, so when you press that, the machine will automatically adjust the suction according to the amount of dirt being picked up and the surface being cleaned. The display shows when the cleaner is in minimum, medium and maximum mode, as well as automatic. The battery indicator indicates the status of the battery. Yes, no, it's not food. It's not food, Harry. It's test dirt for the AEG. I know it is food, actually. There are some food in fact, there's 3 bits of food in here, but it's not suitable for dogs. No, Harry and Evie aren't used to seeing me throwing muck on carpets. Daisy sleeps right through them, but these 2 dogs, oh, they don't know what's going on. Daisy, oh no, not Daisy. Stop showing everything you've got. Evie Peavy. Right, so I'm smearing onto this carpet some black sand, some rolled oats, some white rice and some red lentils. And we're going to test the old AEG, and we might get some dog hair to test as well, but Daisy will be the best dog to harvest that from. So a little bit of furminating I think is in order. So we'll do a pet hair demo on carpet after this general dirt, and then we'll go into the kitchen and put down some dirt there. I'm going to select the automatic setting for this demonstration. Towards the end of the demonstration, I did switch to maximum to give me the best chance of picking everything up, and on the whole there are a few little bits that I've missed. It's done a pretty good job, but I have gone over the max fill line, which is there. Obviously a bit of an extreme demo, and it's more or less covered the mesh shroud. There's still a little bit showing, as you can see. It was still picking up to the end, but I wouldn't advise using a machine to this extreme. But yeah, it will pick up. In fact, if I empty this and then go over the carpet again, I'm sure I'll get a little bit more dirt up. But yeah, the suction would have been pretty much clogged by this stage. I'm just going to empty out the bin. I'll keep this dirt for the hard floor demo. I'm just going to harvest some pet hair from Daisy, and we'll see how well this AEG picks up pet hair from a short to medium pile carpet. Thank you, Daisy May, for the hair for this demonstration. I've got as much out as I could. She's just had a shampoo and set last couple of days, so there wasn't so much, but it's a fair example, isn't it? Are you going to walk off camera now, Daisy? You're just staying there. I'm not doing any more, don't worry. Off you pop. Come on, I'm going to clean up this mess now. Yes, I am. And then you can have a treat. For this part of the demonstration, I'm going to leave the AEG in its default setting, which is medium power. The AEG FX9 has made a clean sweep of all Daisy's hair, so that's pretty good. But most of it has gathered around the central shroud. It's also finding some more dirt that was left after the other demo. Where's that come from? And some more lentils. But as you can see, with the pet hair, it's wrapped right around. There's more muck coming out. So obviously that was a lot of pet hair in one go. But bear in mind, this happens with many cleaners with this sort of central shroud. Hairs and fibres do tend to wrap around it. So I've got a nice hairy donut there, if that's making you feel hungry at all. Yeah, so I'm pretty pleased with the performance of pet hair pickup for this cleaner. Let's pop that shroud back in. And to finish off today's demonstration, we're going to take the dirt I put down on the carpet at the start and spread it over the kitchen floor. I've emptied out the dirt onto this cushioned vinyl floor to test the AEG's ability to clean a hard floor. In this case, I'm going to use the AEG on its minimum setting because we shouldn't need quite so much suction for cleaning a hard floor. So here goes. Even on its minimum setting, the AEG FX9 did manage to clean up most of the mess on this kitchen floor, although you might have noticed that on the forward pass it left quite a lot of dirt behind it. It was only when I pulled the machine back it picked up the rest of it. But that's not a bad performance considering the machine was on minimum power. So if it can clean up all that mess on minimum, it should have no problem cleaning up the average mess on a hard floor. Finally, after all those demonstrations, let's take a look at the state of the filters. I'm just going to empty out all the dirt. As you can see, it's all there. I'll just make a bit of a pile. So here's the filter. And you know, that's not bad at all considering the amount of dirt that was put down in one go. I'll give that a bit of a rinse before I clean the machine up. Obviously there's some bits here, and again I'm going to rinse out the bin. I'm also going to give the central shroud a bit of a rinse as well, leave it to dry, and then the machine will be ready for use again. The final filter, the HEPA style filter with the pleats, again that's remained pretty clean, but there is some fine dust inside here, but where the filter sits at the bottom, that still looks pretty clean. So the dust, although it's left the machine here, passed through, it hasn't actually got through to the motor and out of the exhaust vent, so it's not too bad. There you go, that's the end of my demonstration on the AEG FX9 vacuum cleaner. A pretty capable machine. It did everything I asked of it in the video, even some extreme messes. Picked up Daisy's hair fine, cleaned hard floors, cleaned carpets. A little bit fiddly to use with the tools, but it's not bad at all, and there's still loads and loads of charge left in the battery. I'll put all the charging times and run times for this machine under the video. Because it's an older model, hello Harry, because it's an older model, you should be able to pick this machine up for around £150 or less, which is probably around half of what it originally sold for. So if you can get this for around £150, I would consider it, because it's a well-made machine. It's AEG, it's got some unique features that make it different to other machines. It's easy to use in upright mode, definitely, and it doesn't have to be screwed to the wall. You can just pop it back on its charger like so, and then it will charge up. When it's plugged in, it will flash and bleep just to show you that it's actually engaged and charging. I've unplugged it for this part of the video, and Harry's off for a sleep. I might join him. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have any comments or questions about this AEG cordless cleaner, please comment below, and I'll see you all very soon for the next video. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.